Hi, this is Lee Phillips. I'm an attorney, actually counselor to the Supreme Court of the United States. And I've been asked a question, what's the advantage between a Roth IRA and a standard IRA? Well, everybody says, oh, that's a big deal. A Roth IRA grows without a tax. You get to take the money out tax-free. Now, you had to put the money in with an after-tax dollar. The standard IRA, you get a deduction for putting it in, grows without the tax, but then when you take it out, you have to pay the tax. So, advantage, disadvantage. Want to know the truth? They're identical. Run the numbers. Let's say, just for curiosity, I have $10,000. I understand you only put 5 or 6 or whatever it is a year away into your IRA, but let's say $10,000. In the standard IRA, I can put a full $10,000 in. That's how much money I've got extra this year. I put the whole thing in because I get a deduction for it. It's a pre-tax dollar. In the Roth IRA, I have to tax the $10,000 first. Let's say there's 20% tax. I know that's a joke, but 20% tax. So I don't get to put $10,000 in. I can only put $8,000 in. So over here I get the full 10, over here I only get 8. Now let's grow them at the exact same rate. 10%, 1%, I don't care, whatever it is. They grow at the exact same rate. Well, I'm growing my 10,000 over here, I'm going to have more money. Because I only started with 8 over here, 10 over here, so there's going to be a difference. But the funny thing is, when I take the standard IRA money out, I have to pay tax on it. 20% tax brings it back down, tax-free. They're exactly equal. I spend the exact same amount of money. So what's the deal with the Roth IRA? Same monetary equivalent. There's one assumption we've made there. It's probably an erroneous assumption. And that is, the tax is the same when we put the money in as it is when we take the money out. Okay, let's discuss. Do you want a standard IRA or do you want a Roth IRA today? I'm going to tell you you want a Roth. And your financial guys always said, oh, you want a Roth. He doesn't really understand why, but he knows you want a Roth. Here's the reason. Like it or not. After Reagan's tax cuts, you understand during the 50s, 60s, you could be paying 92% of your income out in federal, state income tax. 92%? You made $1 million, you paid $920,000 of it out in tax? Reagan came along and we did what was called Reagan economics. And I don't care if you like Reagan or not. The fact is, he lowered the tax from way up here, way down to 28%. That's huge. That's huge. And our economy went nuts for the next 10 years. You'd think the politicians would get the idea if you lower the tax, economy goes good. Clinton raised the tax a little. Bushy kept it about the same, lowered it just a little, and it's going up again. Basically right now, today though, we're at historic tax lows. Before the tax, if we keep the tax, the Bush tax cuts, we're basically at historic tax low. So if I put the money in today and get a tax deduction, but then I have to pay the tax at 60% later, that's a lot different than the example that we had where it was 20% when we put it in, it was 20% when we took it out. Well, if it's 20% when we put it in, then I get to pay my tax. I have to do an after-tax dollar on the Roth, but when I take it out, I'm saving a 60% tax. You're going to end up spending a lot more money with the Roth IRA if you make the assumption the tax is going to go up. I think that's a pretty safe bet, guys. The tax is going to go up. If it goes down, you lose in the Roth. But nobody's ever told you that. because the likelihood of the taxes going down ain't big. So do a Roth. Now if you've got too much, you're making too much money, you can still do the Roth 401k. We can get that. Then we can convert it to a standard or a regular Roth. But you've got to have a Roth. In fact, I took a dentist a while back, had a $400,000 AGI. We got him down to where he qualified, $150,000, $160,000 AGI, adjusted gross income. We got him down to where he had his Roth that year. A Roth is a big deal. It's worth standing on your head for, assuming the taxes are going to go up. So if you need to lower your AGI, give me a call. There isn't a lot out on the internet about how to lower your AGI. No, we can do lots of things. In fact, just call the office. Ask to talk to me. 801-802-9020. 801-802-9020. If you need to lower your adjusted gross income so you can get the Roth. Otherwise, make sure you have the Roth, make sure the kids have the Roth, everybody gets the Roth. You at least start them out so that they've got a Roth IRA. This is Lee Phillips talking about a big deal, Roth IRAs.